Imagine a market in which passengers have demand for a ride and drivers can supply this demand. The customer has a waiting time on the street until a taxi drives by that is unoccupied, so the customer will get to his destination and the driver gets the money. Now imagine the real situation where we have several people that need to go to a different destination and we have many taxis that are waiting for customers. At that point, a platform like Uber enters the market and connects the two sides of the market. The network effect appears when a company acts on two or more sides of a market with many participants. The two sides of the market both derive value from each other. The driver derives value from the passenger, which pays for the ride, and the passenger derives value from the driver, which can give him a ride. The platform connects the two sides and facilitates the finding process and exchange. This decreases finding costs for both sides of the market and thus sort of adds value to the trade of both sides. Uber itself generates value from resources they do not own, which is substantial property of network economics. The magnitude of cost decreasing, respectively the added value, is dependent on how many participants are present on both sides. This gain of value is the network effect. Usually, the increase in participants is not linear, but suffers from offset difficulties in the beginning, but after the so-called tipping point or critical mass, the growth benefits from exponential increase. The initial growth difficulties are due to the chicken and egg problem. In this analogy, the chicken represents one side of the market, in our case the passengers, and the egg the other one, which would be our taxi drivers. Both sides are dependent on each other, which raises the question on which side a company should stimulate the scaling. The first option would be to attract as many passengers as you can to then make it profitable for taxis, or to first find the taxis and then draw the attention of the passengers. Once the so-called tipping point or critical mass is reached, the growing pattern starts to change because joining the network comes with a lower cost than not joining. The resulting exponential growth is attributed to the fact that the attractiveness of the company-provided platform increases with the size of the platform. In contrast, many different small platforms become less attractive when there is a clear market leader. Imagine all of your friends join Instagram and now you will open up an account on MySpace or Netlog. Where would be the value for you? Exactly, there is none. Thus, you would leave these social networks to join the one which gives you the most nodes, in this case, Instagram. This leads to churn from the small ones toward the big ones. Penultimate, there is a tendency towards monopoly of a single big platform. Reversing of that process becomes especially less probable due to the lock-in effect. It states that switching to an alternative platform is associated with adopting costs. These increase over time, in which the superiority of one platform persists. Revenues can come from both sides of the market. No matter the source, they grow correlated with the exponential growth of the platform size. That's why the value of a network is given by the number of edges. In contrast to the revenues, the costs have constant marginal character, which results in a production optimum lying in the infinite. This differs from a resource-based economy. If we take a look at the development of the 10 biggest companies worldwide from 1998 to 2018, we can see a clear shift from traditional pipeline businesses to platforms. This shows the immense importance and potential in today's economics. Due to the properties of network economics, we expect that in a couple of years, all of the 10 biggest companies will be platforms. We chose to apply the lens on HomeGate. HomeGate is Switzerland's largest real estate portal with more than 9 million monthly visits and over 100,000 real estate listings. Its core business is providing individual real estate suppliers with a platform to advertise their objects. HomeGate generates revenues by charging the real estate suppliers monthly fees that depend on the advertisement package selected. On the other hand, demanders can use their service for free. The value proposition for the vendors is that they give them a marketplace with an extensive audience of possible buyers. Regarding the demanders, they offer a large variety of different listings, all at the same place with the possibility to filter objects according to specific needs. HomeGate's two-sided market consists of real estate vendors and real estate buyers. For both sides, it is of central importance to have a considerable amount of users on the other side. Thus, HomeGate has to make sure that the number of offerings and the people looking for real estate are balanced. More listings attract more buyers, and more buyers attract more vendors. In other words, every additional buyer or vendor increases the value of the platform. This is in this case the so-called network effect. An imbalance in either of the directions would lead to an implosion of the platform's value, and the other side of the market would adapt. As an example, let's assume HomeGate will introduce high fees for putting real estate objects on their platform. Vendors would turn their back on HomeGate and look for another platform where they could get a similar service for a lower price. A little later, buyers would do the same and switch to the platform with the listings that are most suitable to their demand. The platform's value is eroded. This example illustrates how dependent HomeGate is on both sides of the market. Based on the application of the lens on HomeGate, would we invest into this company? Our answer is
Yes!
HomeGate already reached the critical mass and is the biggest real estate portal in Switzerland. Thus, it tends to get the monopoly on this market due to the property of network economics. We expect that HomeGate will be able to defend their position and grow through additional product offerings in future.